So you're a runner.
Yes, running's been a big part of my life.
How did you start running? How did you get into it?
I've heard that Ken Cooper was coming to Kansas City. He was a famous doctor in Dallas, and he had just written a book called Aerobics, and he had done clinical studies showing how important it is to get your heart rate up. When I went to hear Ken Cooper, he was so inspiring. The very next day, I went and bought running shoes and started running, and I've never quit.
Tell me about your first race.
My first race was the Avon women's race. It was an all-women's race. It was amazing to be with all those women. I didn't know very many women who ran, and that's where I met some people who did.
How many marathons did you run?
I'd run 12 or 13.
How many races do you think you've participated in?
50, 60, there's too many.
What is a good runner?
Somebody who runs fast.
How fast did you run?
My fastest running was a sub 7 miles for a marathon, which I think for me, I can't even believe that I did that.
You're short too.
All right, that's right. I don't have the body style for a runner, but I have the heart. I think a lot of it has to do with discipline and what you can do. I think there are physical limitations, but I think the mental strength far outweighs that. I used to run 100 miles a week. I had to run 2 a day usually. I was really training hard. I wanted to qualify for sure for Boston. It was like the ultimate to run in the Boston Marathon. Anybody who is a runner wants to compete in that, but you have to qualify. And it's also the one that everybody knows about and hears about, the Boston Hills and the crowds and the Heartbreak Hill and all that stuff.
Do you remember running at Heartbreak
Oh,
Hill?
of course. There must have been 1 million people on the course screaming and yelling, go for it.
Tell me about the first race where you won an award.
Hospital Hill, that would be the race. It was the first half marathon I've ever run. It was 13 miles, plus it was grueling because it was all hills. And I finished the race and I thought I did fine. And you have to wait till all the stragglers come in. I heard my name. I got up on the podium and got second place. I thought, this is pretty neat. I don't think I've ever won anything in my life.
What about running with our old dog, Mishka?
When Mishka came into my life, she changed everything. I had a running partner. Mishka loved to run, and I loved to run. And every morning we would get up and go. Well, Mishka loved the snow because she's a Malamute, and I really wanted her to go and see what she did in the real snow. And it was in Fraser, Colorado, tons of snow. And I remember running outside of town, and some guy leaned out the door and yelled at me, and he said, "You know how cold it is?" I said, "No, how cold is it?" He said, -14. She absolutely was in heaven. It was absolutely a transcendent moment for both of us.
What is it about running that gets you?
Well, when I talk about running, I'm not talking about running. It's really a much more deeper feeling than that. It's your whole mental brain power, your strength, your fortitude. It's the thing that keeps me grounded. It keeps me sane, it keeps me from going crazy. It's where I get all my creative ideas. I'm able to relax and go into my own place. It's me and the world around me, and there's nobody else. I love the silence of it.